some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
With Nip Hustle, big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
We back on the Art of Dialogue with Daz. Popping his shit. Interview been pretty interesting. I've enjoyed it. It seems like y'all been enjoying it as well. This time he talking about Tupac being mad at Dr. Dre. And if you know, when it comes to Dr. Dre, Tupac has some very interesting things to say before he passed. I believe it at that. But we finna see what Daz talking about this time.
And then one other incident is when Dr. Dre got shot.
He got shot?
Yeah, he got shot years ago while we was at a party at the Hilton Hotel by the airport. One of his girls was talking to this one dude, and he was throwing money at her, you know, doing all the pimp shit like that. And Dre came up like, what? And socked the nigga. And when he fell down like this, and when that nigga came back up, he had a 4.5. And he was letting loose like it was a motherfucking racetrack around that mother. He shot Dre in the leg 2 times. Bow, bow. Then he just chased Warren G for like 10 blocks. and Dre was shot, and he went to Centinela Hospital, and he dropped like $10,000 on the ground. You know, we was young artists. We was starving, broke, everything. Me and Snoop looking like, damn, Drake dropped 10,000. And then Snoop was like, I'm going to give it back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling him, Snoop, we broke as a motherfucker. Ain't got no food, no weed, no nothing. I'm going to get Dre back to 10,000. And Dre didn't give us a dime.
I ain't gonna lie. What the kind of conditions he just claimed he was in and the chaos that ensued and all that, that wasn't Easty at all. That tell you. In that time of life, it wouldn't have been no question how we would have got down. Man, what? That's gone.
Damn, he didn't give y'all nothing.
Nah, we was starving back then doing
starving?
the Chronic album. Like, they didn't even know our voice. I mean, they knew our voice. They didn't know our faces. So niggas would ride by playing the Chronic, boom, 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 looking at us hard. Like, who the fuck is you niggas? Yeah, we looking like, that's us. You know?
I want to ask you, in real time, did you know about Miss LA messing around with shit when it was actually happening?
I mean, you have a little thought when you see them hanging together. Like, it's a video that's out online with Tupac and Miss LA in the studio. So I thought, yeah. So, you know, Tupac was getting at Miss LA too, you know, so I think Suge probably got a little jealous or something. You know what I'm saying? Because when she came in there, she was, you know, I'm like, damn. You know, I'm in there producing that shit at the same time. And I'm looking at that shit like, damn, he a Gemini. So I know. I know Tupac.
So you was in the studio when she was rubbing on Pop.
Yeah, that was the engineer Dave Aaron. We was in there doing Ain't Nothing But a Gangster Party. That was that session. Yeah. Because it happened like when, not to cut you off, but when we did 2 of America's Most Wanted, Dogg wasn't even gonna be on that record. But luckily, after he finished that first verse, then Dogg just walked in the door, and then we just like, hey, he got the second verse. You know what I'm saying? But like I was telling Snoop too.
So is that when the record got its title? Because who was going to be the other one of America's Most Wanted if it wasn't intended for 2 people in it at all?
How many songs you got with Tupac? How many songs do Snoop got with Tupac? 2. That came out, you know, 2 of America's Most Wanted, Wanted Dead or Alive, and some other independent and some other underground stuff like Street Life and a whole bunch of other stuff. And all of them was produced by Daz Dillinger. See, me and Tupac had a bunch of songs together and some songs that probably ain't just in their vault somewhere. You know what I mean? And that's where I come to tell them this. And I know the song. So, you know, I know a lot of stuff that they probably been hiding that I'm coming to get. Statute of limitation is up on that shit.
Why wasn't Tupac on the Dog for the album?
Dogfather, he had just got out of jail. He had died. So the song we had for that, we put it on the soundtrack.
When he was fighting that murder trial, was you up there supporting?
Yeah, we was there every day. We was there every day, going to court. And the funny part about Snoop trial is I befriended O.J. Simpson. As soon as O.J. won his case, he invited me to his house for 2 weeks. I was at O.J. house in Brentwood for 2 weeks. Snoop and them was like, damn.
Doing what though? Did he have a studio there? The fuck?
I'm like, nigga, we over here having a ball, And what I'm saying, hanging out and all
No, y'all was doing plenty powder.
that shit. I had fun with the juice. We call him the juice. So, and then Snoop beat his case, and then we all went to as soon as Snoop beat his case, it's the same night that they beat up Sam Snead. And then they made Sam Snead go to the dinner at Monty's. Now imagine getting your ass kicked and your butt hurt and all that shit, arm, leg, mouth, and they make you go to dinner.
The thing about a grown man being made to do absolutely anything. Sheesh.
You know what I mean? So shit, man. I would have killed somebody over that motherfucker. I ain't never got did like that. You know what I'm saying? We always did the doing around there.
Straight violation, man. Beat that man and made him go to a party.
Yeah. Celebration for Snoop winning the case, yeah.
It's an audio that's been online for years of Pac, calling out Dre for not supporting Snoop during his trial. Can you give me the backstory behind that? Like, did Dre show up at any point or not?
Yeah, he was mad because Dre wasn't supporting Snoop in the trial, and
imagine Pac pressing the line on a lack of loyalty for Snoop. And in the end, look how it turned out when it comes to loyalty in reverse. Back to Pac on some niggas way from New York. It's crazy.
A lot of people felt like that on death row, you know what I'm saying? So thank God, life makes its own course, and history, it is what it is now. That Snoop is out of jail, doing what he do, and but imagine if he would have got to 25 to life. You know what I'm saying? So we've been together for a long time, me and Snoop. When he first went to jail, I was there, me and Big C Style, when they violated him for taking one of my auntie pills. He had a toothache, and she gave him a Vicodin, and that gave him a dirty test.
Damn.
So he went to court and got violated, and I could see it now, how he turned around when they said, we giving you 9 months probation violation. He turned around and threw me his tape, his cassette tape with all his motherfucking music on it. And I grabbed it, motherfucker, just like that. And me and C-Style smoked the joint, because we asked Snoop before he went to court, you want to smoke this blunt? You want to smoke this joint? He like, nah, I don't want to smoke it. I'm going to court. When they gave him
imagine Snoop saying, nah, I don't want to hit the joint. Never thought we'd hear that.
Time he looked at us like he said, damn, I wish I would have hit that motherfucker. But that was a great time when we was listening to County Blues. All that shit was on cassette tape.
How was that 95 Source Awards?
That was a crazy night. But that wasn't the first Source Awards we went to. The first one was in 94. It was me, Corrupt Rage, and Nate Dogg, because Dr. Dre and Snoop couldn't come. And it was so much tension. The only person who had our back in there was Tretch. Had our back in there, but there was so much tension in there. New York was in the house. And I got up there and said, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you look at that video, we was representing there by ourselves, and then the 95 came, and that's when Suge and them was showing out, and it was just high intensity. Everybody in them up Bone Thugs on stage, and they looking at us, and Suge trying to get people $5,000 to jump on stage and knock one of them out and all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we in New York.
You wasn't worried, yeah, when Snoop and Suge went on stage and made the comments they made?
Yeah, we wasn't, everybody was prepared though. You know what I'm saying? Probably had a shank, they probably had a razor, But we're gonna get up out of here. But we got up out of there. That was at the Madison Square Garden.
Well, they went through some shit back in the D-Nay. Yeah, I done heard about Pac being hot at Dre all over Snoop Dogg. That's deep. That it was all over Snoop Dogg in the long run. And it was time for Snoop Dogg to return the same type of loyalty. He ain't had none for Pac, man. Rest in peace to the late, great Tupac Shakur.
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. Get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Next little net hustle. Big shout out to SPR, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.